Well, our next guest, he used to play for the St. Mary's Lickings, and he moved to the OHL, and eventually with the NHL for 3 teams before winning 2 Stanley Cups with the Philadelphia Flyers, and coached the Calgary Flames for the Stanley Cup, and now is a color analyst in radio and television for the Nashville Predators. Let's hear it for Terry Chris.
Merry Christmas, Terry
Thank you, John.
Christmas, our main man, our main
Thank
man.
all of you.
Terry Chris is Terry Christmas. Is it Terry Christmas?
Did you pay this guy?
No, we don't.
I told Terry before that when I first heard
First
of
time you've insulted me in 4 minutes. You're doing a good job.
first heard of Terry Chris, I thought he was a chocolate bar. Look at this. He's really nuts.
Okay. Okay. You come from Parry Sound.
I did, yes I did. In 1959, in fact, before we start, John, I got to tell you, congratulations to you on your front porch show. This is awesome for St. Mary's. I look out there, I see all the people out there, and I can tell you one thing right now looking at them. Half the people here right tonight are my relatives. My wife, my grandchildren, my in-laws, my outlaws, everybody else, and I can guarantee you the other half I owe money to. So that's why we got a full house here tonight.
You owe money to me?
I do, but you're not getting paid. Or is he? Well, he's gone.
How'd you get started in hockey?
I'm probably like all Canadian boys,
Yeah.
just in a small town, nothing else to do. And like they used to say, you want to keep your kid out of hot water, put them on ice.
Mm-hmm.
And we put them on ice, and away they go. And I just sort of worked my way through the ranks. And probably my biggest break was that when I was turned 16 years old, I was invited to come to St. Mary's to try out for the Lincolns. Made the Lincolns, and that's probably, no, that is the truth. That jump-started my whole hockey career. I was fortunate enough to meet a young lady here called Sheila Hearn. Lucky enough to marry her, and we just celebrated 52 years together. So Sheila, thank you for that.
You had an incredible year, 1 year. How many years were you with the Lincolns?
Two.
2 years.
I'm sorry, I was just going to say junior. 2 years with them, then I went on into junior year with Niagara Falls.
Niagara Falls, yeah. And you had one incredible year with the Lincolns. You scored how many points?
Well, I just won. I was here too, John. Gee whiz.
How many? The second year, you scored how
You know
many
what?
points?
I'm not exactly sure 100 and some, but I have to tell
120.
you, that's a famous year that Sarnia Legionnaires had a team, and they had Phil Esposito on their team, by the way, and Phil Esposito played against us, and we knocked them out in the playoffs. But my one claim to fame is this, and I claim this, and Scoop knows, Patty Payton, I tell everybody, yep, I beat Phil Esposito in the scoring title. I just don't tell them what league it was in or when it was. And Phil Esposito to this day swears that we cheated. And I said, Phil, how could you cheat? He says, you know how you cheated. He said, the last game you played in Tillsonburg, he said, you got 13 points. My last game, I got 9 or 10, he said, and you beat me by 2 points. You never came off the ice. I said, that's not cheating, Phil. That's just playing hockey.
Now, who are some of the players you played on some of those Lincolns teams that some people might recognize?
Okay, the local boys would have been probably, let me see, Dick Stevens, Dusty Aldis, Red Douglas, Charlie Brown was just left, Rocky Marshall, George Sifa, Glenn Slater, Billy Dunno, Larry Hossack. I know I'm forgetting a couple of them. Jackie and Aaron, I said already. Some of the older ones. Snarls Leslie. And this is a great story. I love Snarls Leslie. I love his wife Madge. And I just turned 16. I come down. I leave Paris on. I'm getting homesick. I didn't know Snarls. And Snarls was 20. He was an older age. Snarls was married already. Playing junior B and married. And I loved him dearly. I phoned my mom. I said, Mom, you're not going to believe it. I got to tell you this. I said, I'm playing with a guy, he's married, and he's got a baby. He has a baby, Mom. I couldn't believe a guy playing junior B, be married and have a baby. Snarls Leslie's my idol.
Okay, wonderful. How'd you eventually get to Philadelphia?
Train. Oh, I'm sorry. Didn't have planes then.
Frank, why don't you take over the interview here?
You know what? I got to Philadelphia. I went through Boston and went to St. Louis. Then the Islanders came in, and I got drafted by the Islanders in 72. Sheila and I went to the Island. We were there 2/3 of a season, and 1 hour before the trading deadline, I got a call, and of course we were in a pub celebrating. We're not going to move. We got our family safe, blah, blah, blah. I'm going up to buy a round. I actually did scoop buy a round back then. And the bartender says, is there a crisp here? I said, that's me. He says, telephone. I said, oh, no, not a call. Coach, Crispy, come back, no time. Just tell me where you traded me. He says, we traded you to Philadelphia. I said, Philadelphia? He says, what the H? what do they want with me? He says, damned if I know. That's why I got to Philadelphia.
You had some great years in Philadelphia.
We had great years, John.
Yeah.
We did.
And you had a wonderful team. What made it so great?
Probably, you know what? We had a coach. We had great talent. We had a lot of skill. But I always refer to this one. Our coach always maintained that any team or any business in the world, if you're successful, you have great wives and girlfriends that get along. Now, believe me, this is true. He beat the drums on this one. If your wives and your girlfriends in any company or any team get along, you're going to be successful. If they don't, he said you're going to have problems. And our ownership back then in Philadelphia made sure that our wives were treated like queens, and that was one of our secrets. The other thing was two other secrets: Bernie Perrant and Bobby Clark. you know, Crosby and Malkin. Well, we went with Perrant.
What about Dave the Hammer?
Dave the Hammer. I got tired of protecting him. You know, I got really tired of having to pull his chestnut out of the fighter every night. We had great names back then. Think about it, John, Scoop. We've lost all the nicknames in our sports now, haven't we?
Yeah.
Name me some more good sports that have nicknames. We had the Hammer. We had the Bird. We had the Moose. We had the Hound. We had Crispy. That's not exactly a nickname.
Semenko. What was he called?
Oh, David Cement. I'm not saying that. You see how tough he was?
Yeah.
John said that, Dave.
Okay. You transitioned then from a player into a coach. How did that happen?
Probably, if I didn't make hockey, and due to a lot of fortunate stuff with my wife Sheila, I made hockey, but I always wanted to be a school teacher. I was going to be a high school teacher. That was my aim in life. I wanted to always be a high school teacher. So I must have had in the back of my mind somewhere that teaching, coaching, very similar. So when I was playing, I think when I was playing where I really got my foundation was, I didn't play a lot, so I'm on the bench a lot. So when you're on the bench a lot, you get to observe a lot. So after I observed a lot of years on the bench, I thought, you know what? I can coach. I can yell at guys. I can point fingers. I can blame them. I can kick them around a little bit. So I just automatically just sort of a natural progression for me.
Now you had one special year in Calgary.
It was a great year, 89.
Yeah.
Won the Cup that year. I had a super bunch of guys, and people asked me about that team, and I said, you know what? The only way that a coach with that 89 hockey club could screw up was to open the door at the wrong time. And I made sure I did not open the door at the wrong time, believe me. And we also had and I love this notoriety. I know you're all sports fans out there. In 89, we won the Stanley Cup, and we won it in Montreal at the Old Forum, the mecca of hockey, the religion out there. And we were the first team to ever win the Stanley Cup in the modern era on the home ice of the Montreal Canadiens. You can clap for that one because, come on, that's pretty good. Even though you love them, come on. The Blue Nation will rise. Don't give up.
You spent 9 years as a head coach in the NHL. What's it like being a head coach for an NHL team?
It's tremendous. It's you know what it is? It's great because you get to work with 22 guys every year from the age of 20 to 35 or whatever, and they're teaching you every day. Everybody thinks a coach teaches players. Everybody thinks a coach is the one who has the whip and that. No, I coached junior for 6 years and in Sault Ste. Marie, and I learned more from the players than I ever learned or taught them about life and about hockey. So as a coach, I guess the biggest thing as a coach is when you leave coaching ranks, all you hope and pray is that you were honest and you were fair, and that's all you can ask. If I was honest and I was fair, then as far as doing my coaching duties, I did them.
So from coaching, you became a broadcaster. Tell me about that.
Again, a natural progression, I guess, because I have to say, I've never been in the real world. Like Sheila and I have been always involved in hockey, so we've always, and when I was finished playing, Freddie Sherrill took me as the coach, I always started, and then when that was done, and the last year in Tampa as a head coach, when I got relieved of my head coaching reason, I got fired. When I got fired in Tampa, the TSN called me and said, Crispy, would you like to come up and do some playoffs? I said, you're going to pay me? They said, yeah. I said, yeah, I'll come up and do it. Hey, I'm not going to go to TSN for nothing. Come on, guys.
Hey, but you're on here for nothing.
Yeah. Well, no, they bought me a tie, a nice tie.
No, you're on the front porch show for nothing.
Oh, no, I'm not. Didn't it? John, I'm sorry. Amy, you tell him when I leave.
Well, that money you owe me, consider it a payment, okay?
You know what? We've got double paid thanks to you for this invention, this idea that you did. You made it to fruition. And I just want to say thank you so much for doing this for us and all the town of St. Mary's, and for all of you people out there who supported and came tonight. Thank you all so very, very, very much.
Well, you got to Nashville eventually.
We're still going. Good. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll take back the thank you. We're getting late.
We're still going. No, I got more questions.
Nashville is great.
Nashville.
That was the one where I went up. My wife and I were happy in Florida, going to retire. Got a call. Owed a guy a favor. He was already there. He said, "Crispy, we need somebody to do one game TV for us." I said, "Nope, I'm retired." He said, "No." He says, "You owe me." So I said, "You're calling in your note?" He says, "Yes, I'm calling in my note." I go up to do one game. Go back home, shake hands, gone. A couple days later, the phone rings. He says, "We got a double header." I said, "No, I told you." Went and did the double header. By then, Sheila's had enough of me in the house underfoot. So they said, "Why don't you come and do all of our TV this year? And we'll fly you and your wife up and put you in and whatnot." We did it, enjoyed it. And this is a kicker, John. You like this one? End of the season, shook hands with the president, said, "Thank you very much." My wife and everything. He said, No, Chris, we'd like you to stay on." He said, you can commute, you can go back to Florida, we'll commute you. I said, being real, I said, "Tell you what, Jack, you give me a 3-year contract, we'll sell our house in Florida, and we'll move to Nashville." He said, "Okay." Oh, geez, now I got Sheila, hon, are you sitting down? Yeah. Get ready to sell the house. We're going to Nashville. Do one game, Sheila and I. We're now going into our 20th year in Nashville. And have any of you people been down to Nashville?
Yeah.
Have you ever been down for any reason
Impressed.
whatsoever?
Totally
if you haven't, get it on your bucket list.
It
You
is
saw the
great.
playoffs. It is an amazing city, and it's got something for everybody. And it'll make you all more than welcome. You know, I said y'all. Didn't tell you.
And last year was really special.
It was special. We first time we ever go by the second round of playoffs, had a new coach, and we made it to the finals against the Pittsburgh Penguins, Sidney Crosby, Malkin. And hockey aside, they won the cup. They fully deserved the cup, and we congratulated them on it. But our city just came of age. We came into the NHL of age. And our fans, how do you have 50,000 people on Broadway, Alan Jackson singing, Dierks Bentley singing, the one who Kelly hugged. Who was that guy on TV? Who was it, Sheila? Keith Urban, yeah, my niece. She puts the gloms on Keith Urban. Christ took 5 minutes to pry her loose. He didn't get the hug Kelly was, for crying out loud. So this is Nashville. It's just like us in St. Mary's. They're the same people in St. Mary's. Friendlies all get it and welcome you totally.
Okay, so but you come back here every summer.
Every summer since I came here in '59, and we got married. We had 2 of our boys were born here, Tony and Jeffrey. Jeff is somewhere up there, and our daughter Kaylee. Unfortunately, she was born in New Jersey. But be that as it may, this is our home.
Okay,
St. Mary's is our home.
Well, we got a special thing. Rob Edney, one of our producers. Rob, run up here, please, quickly. And he's got something special for you. Tell him, Rob, get near the microphone and
Got
tell
a
him what
check.
you got.
Yeah, I got a check. You got a check.
Worth more than that.
It's a blank check.
All right,
Totally blank.
Okay, so first of all, Mr. Crisp, and I say that with all respect because I've known you longer than I've known you.
Thank you.
This card is 45 years old, and I've had this in my possession since I was about 8 years old.
Wow.
I'm not even 45. Oh, you know,
Wait a second, I think this might be imposter. It says here he has red hair.
and he's 170 pounds. Yeah. You know it's a lie. Oh, okay.
So is this
You know what this is? It's my New York Islander card. When I was there for 2/3 of the season, and here's the best part: to tell you what a star I was in the NHL. This card, if you look real close, it's got my Islander insignia, my name, all my stats. If you look at it, it's a St. Louis Blues sweater. You can see the emblem down below. Yeah, no. What do you call it? Spray painting? What do you call that when they... Such a star I was. Couldn't even have my own sweater for crying. I don't even want to sign it. But I will.
Okay. Well, okay. Gonna sign it. You guys are gonna take it over.
You want me to sign
Fern
it?
and,
It'll ruin it, by the way.
That's
so
fine.
take it down with Rob.
It's for me, it's for no one else.
For Rob?
For Rob, thank you.
Okay,
Okay, Rob,
Rob.
hold it, Rob. No. You need to take it to the cameras or the audience can see it. And Carrie, why don't you go down with Rob and show it to the people there?
I'm not done yet.
Oh, you're not done. But I'll have to pay you double.
I'm leaving.
Thank you so much.
John, thank you so
Thank you
very
very
much. Thank all
much,
of you
guys.
people for being here tonight. Thank you. Okay, let's go get them.